Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd, and welcome back to another episode of our Madden 20 Connected Franchise series. Now, of course, we had the final gameplay episode with the last episode, man, winning our fourth straight Super Bowl title, man. So things are looking good. I told you in that episode that we're going to have 2 more episodes left, right? So this one, we're going to go over yearly awards and the season stats. The next episode, we'll be simulating season by season by season for 5 seasons to see if we can maintain this dynasty that we have with the CPU as the head coach. But it's pretty dope, man. You see the 4 Super Bowl trophies in the background. That's a nice touch that EA put into the game, man. I never really noticed that before, but you do see them there, so that is cool to see. So without, stalling too much longer, let's look at the stats. Not look at the stats, look at the awards, and then we'll look at the stats, man. So the MVP is Cam Newton, who we just played in the Super Bowl. Cam Newton is the MVP. You have Mahomes coming in second. I don't think we had any, but there we go. We had Dwayne Haskins, who was 8th in MVP voting. Kind of low. Coach of the year is Doug Marrone. So the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach beat us for Coach of the Year, even though we dismantled them in the Super Bowl, but this was before any of that happened. So looking at the AFC, Cam Newton, Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie, DJ Watson. Okay, so congrats to you, bro. You're going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. There's a few more guys out here that were in the running, but the award goes to DJ Watson. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Anthony Stefanos is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Once again, a few more of you guys that were on the list, but Stefanos is taking that home, man. Baker Mayfield, the best quarterback in the AFC. Wow. Best running back goes to Leonard Fournette with the New England Patriots. Best receiver, Jarvis Landry. Okay, so Landry's still holding it down. Best offensive lineman, Tyron Smith, now with Kansas City. Defensive lineman, Myles Garrett. Linebacker, Khalil Mack. So we traded him, and it looks like he had a fantastic season even in Cincinnati. Best defensive back, Jalen Ramsey, who once again we just played in the Super Bowl. Very talented, by the way, man. We had a toughest matchup with him. Best kicker goes to Greg Joseph. And then there you go. So now in the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year is Mitchell Trubisky. What? Wow, who would have thought Mitchell Trubisky would be Offensive Player of the Year? Jameis Winston was on that list. All of them ahead of Dwayne Haskins, who was 7th when it comes to Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Tremaine Edmonds. We had a ton of defensive guys on this list. Landon Collins is there. Von Miller is there. Is that all of it? That is it, man. But we had 3 guys in the top, but it comes down to Tremaine Edmonds, and he balled, man. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Adam Heineman is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFC. We had a couple other guys. Torrey Fields, he didn't make the list at number 4. Do we have anybody else? That's all that we had, but Adam Heineman, he's going to go ahead and take it home. Defensive Rookie of the Year was a guy who wasn't even projected in the first round. Deontay Clement with Nate Kim coming in 2nd, and then Julius Coleman coming in 3rd. So Deontay Clement must have been a steal somewhere, because remember, all of the first round guys, projected first round guys, were all subscribers. He wasn't, but he's an 80 overall, so congrats to him there. We had Barkley, who came in 5th. And that is all we have for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Dwayne Haskins did win Best Quarterback, so thank you. He gets some type of recognition. Best Quarterback this year, Dwayne Haskins. Best Running Back goes to Ezekiel Elliott. And Geis comes in 10th in the NFC. That's kind of low, man. I thought he'd be a little bit higher than that. John Ross, Best Receiver over Quincy Wembley. And then we had Terry McLaurin, though. So the 3 guys are all there, but John Ross, he's the one that gets the nod over Wembley. DK Metcalf is in between there. You have JJ Arcega-Whiteside, James Brown. All right, so we have a subscriber right there coming in 7th. Best offensive lineman, Josh Aquaviva. This dude is a monster. It makes sense. Will Sampson is on this list. Justin Castillo is on this list. And Dallas Herbert. So really our whole offensive line making the list. Best defensive lineman, Dominic Stevens. Do we have anybody make it? Rashawn Gary came in 10th. Best linebacker, hands down, Tremaine Edmonds. You knew he was going to win that. Von Miller is there. Montez Sweat came in 4th. So basically, all of our linebackers made the list because even DeMarcus Richard is 10th on that list. Best defensive back, Marshawn Lattimore. There we go. We got Landon Collins making it. So did Greedy Williams and Monte Nicholson and Kofi Johnson. Wow. So we didn't win the award, but we did have guys in the running for it. And then best kicker is going to go to Jason Sanders, but our CJ Boudreaux did come in 6th when it comes to best kickers this season, man. So those are all of the annual awards. We will go through and look at just the season stats from our squad this season. Like I said, we'll go through career stats, all that good stuff as we go through the 5-year sim in the next episode. But this season, Dwayne Haskins, you guys seen this a couple of times, 4,800 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. He was sacked 43 times, which was a lot better from previous seasons. Running, Darius Geis had 1,100 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns, 4.9 yards per carry, 4 fumbles, but we'll definitely take that. Torrey Fields, 284 yards on the ground, 4.1 yards per carry. And then Dwayne Haskins gave us 108. Samaje Perine, 9 yards per carry. You guys know he was like, I wouldn't say a workhorse, but he was like our steady running back this entire series. When everybody got hurt, Perine came in and he never really played bad. So he only had 8 carries this season, but for 72 yards. So that's very solid. Clarence Strong gave us 62 yards on the ground with a touchdown. Clint Porter gave us 43 yards with another touchdown. Receiving, Quincy Wembley with 89 receptions, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns. John Ross, though, 54 catches, so significantly less, but still got over 1,000 yards, 19 yards per reception, and then 13 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin, 50 catches, another 1,000-yard receiver, 21 yards per reception, 9 touchdowns. So our speedsters racked up the yards. Our possession receiver in Wembley racked up the catches. Chris Herndon gave us 46 catches, 600 yards, just under 700. Torrey Fields, 44 catches at the running back spot, 479 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's a receiving back. He basically did what we needed him to do. And then you had Darius Geis contributing 19 catches. When it comes to sacks given up, Tyler Pendleton gave up the most for us. Will Sampson, Clayton Lindsey, Josh Aquaviva, our starting center all season long, only gave up 4 sacks. So that is definitely impressive. When it comes to who led us in tackles, Tremaine Edmonds with 116. Landon Collins had 105. Monte with 96. Then a nice little drop off. Then you have Richard at 75. Greedy Williams at 72. Martavis Boss. Jacob Buddy had 50 tackles on the season. Kofi Johnson at 45. TFLs, Tremaine Edmonds with 18, Richard 15, Sweat 15, Von Miller 12. Quarterback sacks, Von Miller. It didn't seem like Von Miller had a crazy year compared to Khalil Mack, but he still gave us 17 sacks this season. Montez Sweat, 13 sacks this season. Another guy who didn't seem like he did it, but he did. Rashawn Gary, 10.5. Edmonds, 9.5. Very, very solid. When it comes to interceptions, though, Tremaine Edmonds definitely led the way. 10 picks on the season. Kofi Johnson with 4. Greedy, 4. Richard, 3. Monte, 3. Jacob Buddy with 3. Then you had Landon Collins, Martavis Boss getting 2, and Nicole Holcomb got an interception as well. Forced fumbles, you know Landon Collins is on top. He is 12 forced fumbles this season. He's almost averaging at least 1 forced fumble per game. Von Miller got 3. Richard, 2. Nicholson 2. Then we had a bunch of players with 1 forced fumbles. And who had the most touchdowns on defense? Kofi Johnson with 3 touchdowns. Greedy Williams also had 3 touchdowns. We got 2 from Tremaine Edmonds, 1 from Miller, 1 from Richard, 1 from Martavis Boss, and 1 from Deron Payne. Kicking. Let's see what we did here. Extra points was 49 of 49. So CJ Boudreaux did not miss one this year. 21 of 23. So 91% connect rate. I'm cool with that. When it comes from CJ Boudreaux, he missed 1 under 30 and then 1 over 50. So solid season, even kicking. Returning for us, I don't think nobody went crazy. Torrey Fields, 890 yards. punt return, Torrey Fields averaged 15. So that is our stats, man. We'll go through the NFL leaders and then we'll get out of here for this episode. So Dwayne Haskins led the NFL in passing yards by a nice little bit, 500 yards basically. You did have Mahomes there. When it comes to passing touchdowns, Baker Mayfield had the most with 44. Mahomes 41, Haskins 40, Cam Newton 37, Watson 36 and 4. What a great ratio. Then you had Wilson 36 and 15, Trubisky 36 and 16, Kyle Knoll 35 and 11, then Garoppolo 33 and 10. We probably threw the most picks. We did throw the most picks. But Josh Rosen had more interceptions thrown than touchdowns. 19 touchdowns, 21 picks thrown. Carson Wentz threw 17 picks as well. I wonder if they showed the sacks. Did we get sacked the most? No, we did not. So Carson Wentz got sacked the most. George Rubin, Blair Murray, and then Dwayne Haskins. All right, so running the ball, Todd Gurley, 1,700 rushing yards on the season. Very, very good. Zeke, 16. Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey. So the usual suspects. Really nobody jumping out of me before we get to Darius Geis right there. Nothing crazy. Nothing really crazy at all when it comes to the running backs. Really the top running backs in real life are still kind of the top running backs here. Rushing touchdowns, Zeke had 16. Aaron Jones, 15. Bryce Love with 14 touchdowns this season, now down in Miami. So that's good for him. Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, Bryce Boudreaux had 12 rushing touchdowns in his rookie campaign. So that is good for him. Who led everybody in receiving yards? That was Quincy Wembley with 1,300 receiving yards. Then you had D.D. Westbrook, Tyreek Hill, Adam Humphries, Jarvis Landry. Once again, kind of the same names you're kind of used to seeing. Reception-wise, that was Tyreek Hill with 93 catches. Adam Humphries with 92. And then we have Quincy Wembley with the 89. Tied with Zay Jones. The leader in receiving touchdowns, Jarvis Landry with 20. Very, very efficient. Then you had Hill, Hopkins, Travis Fulgham. I don't know who that is, but wow. 13 touchdowns this season for him. Congrats. Then you had John Ross, DK, Jameek Maxey, D.D. Westbrook, Adam Humphries. So really, your standard guys, man. On the defense side of the football, Artemis Terry led everybody in tackles. Miles Jack was right there. Zach Cunningham, Hassan Reddick, excuse me. I'm thinking basketball. Wow. Excuse me. Jerry McDougal, Ben Burr-Kirvin. All right. So we're nowhere on this list. But there you go. Anthony Stefanos led all of the subscribers in tackles. TFLs, there we go. Edmonds tied for first with Dominic Stevens. Sacks went to Myles Garrett with 21. I don't know why we don't pop up. We had 17 with Von Miller, but Aaron Donald had 15.5. Stevens 14.5. Khalil Mack had 14.5 this season. So even getting rid of Khalil Mack, bringing on Von Miller, saving some money, I don't think hurt us too bad. Tremaine Edmonds led everybody in interceptions. Jalen Ramsey was second. When it comes to that, forced fumbles, it should be Landon Collins. It is by a wide little margin, 12. The next guy was Luke Kuechly with 5. And then touchdowns on defense, Greedy Williams, Tremaine Edmonds. They pretty much led everybody, man. So that's the stats. I just wanted to show the stats for this season. And of course, we will go through eventually and we will look at season by season, see if we can still win. I have everything on auto. Put everything on auto. They'll do all of the transactions, all of the drafting, but we'll recap the drafts every year. We'll look at, the season records. If we make the playoffs, if we don't, look at the stats, and we'll go through the next season. So the next one might be a little lengthy, but I feel like, we're this far in. Why not? Let's see what we can do for the next 5 seasons if we can continue to win some games, man. But that's everything for this episode. If you guys have been enjoying this series, please go ahead and leave this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy D Lloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.